I am going to show you the first way how to make a faith window. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do to this one. So here is a regular window junk mail envelope, okay? And the first thing that I do, I'm going to show you, it ends up working like this, okay? This is how it ends up. So now you have that, and then you have a pocket. Now, how did I get that? So you take your ruler and you are going to measure. Now you can pick any number that you want. I watched enough videos and 5 inches seemed to be the one everybody likes, and I guess now that's just stuck in my mind. So I'm measuring 5 inches from opposite the window, right? Once I get that, now you can go ahead and just draw your line across because it's just going to be where you're going to trim. Okay, now this is a open envelope, but I want to close it back up. So I'm going to glue this closed before we do any cutting. Okay, so I've got it all closed up. Now, here's the secret. Above, so we went up 5 inches, right? 5 inches to there from the bottom, okay? Now the secret is right at that edge, you're just gonna go like slightly at an angle and you are gonna trim off. Do you see like nothing what I'm trimming, right? You're gonna trim all the way up to this edge. So you've actually opened it up. Look, you've released it, okay? We're gonna do the same thing on this side. So you're gonna start up here, again, just a fraction, like see how thin that is? And when you get to the line, you're gonna kind of go out, okay? So what did we accomplish? We've opened this up. And now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna trim just this top part, not the back, okay? So I turn it this way because I'm right-handed. And now I'm going to trim, I'm going to cut right across all the way to the edge, okay? So see how we've released it? So what we've accomplished is we've left a pocket here, which is what we want in the design that I'm doing. But I'm going to show you later on that there's so many ways you can use this kit. So once you get that done, see how that is? Now I pull this forward and make it down to the bottom. And what's cool is that in most tall, skinny journals, this size will fit. If you're making a regular 8.5 by 11 where you fold it in half, it'll totally fit in there, okay? So what we've got now is we've got our window that's looking onto a pocket, and it's up to you. You can leave this like this and just, you're gonna cover it with paper anyway, okay? Or you can trim it down if you want to, but that's up to you. So I'm just giving you my basic of how to make this. Okay, so we've created the pocket. That's why we closed it up. We've opened this up and now we are ready. Now, what I've done so far is I have cut out all the parts for the I Am the Shepherd Faith Window Kit. And if you're lucky enough to have a printer that will print the design to the edge, great. I don't. I had to trim all of that. If you'll notice, I did not cut my strips, and I'm going to show you why I didn't cut my strips, because every envelope is going to be a different size, and then if you cut it and then it's too short, okay, that doesn't really work, right? So I've cut all of these 3 strip pieces out. I have gone ahead and I've cut out my little memo Bible verse cards, and you can see they're all kind of different shapes and sizes. It doesn't really matter, and these are on cardstock. I've gone ahead and I've cut out all of the tags and all of the ephemera, and I have also gone ahead and I have edged everything with the dark ink. And I want to tell you one thing why you want to do this. 2 things. First of all, it gives you a defined edge and sets it apart. The other thing is, if you notice in real life, if you were to just lay a piece of paper on there, you don't see, but there's actually a shadow. And when you're adding the darker inks that we do and we edge everything, you're actually giving it a shadow so that it looks more 3-dimensional. So there's the 2 reasons why I do that. Now, I like to do this all in advance. See, everything is all ready to go. Now I can start covering my little faith window, okay? What am I going to choose? So let me decide. I'm gonna show you how easy this is. You're gonna pick which picture that you want to have. And I think that I would like that picture. Okay, now you see why I did not cut. If I had cut this on the line here, I'm going to show you something. Look, it's like this envelope is like a ½ an inch wider. But from a design perspective, it doesn't matter. You won't see this line when you're collaging something together. So that's why I say wait and cut these as you're getting ready to use them. This is a slightly wider envelope. Let's see how wide it is. Yeah, it's a 4½ inch envelope. This is a piece of junk mail, it just came in the mail. I think regular business envelopes are 4, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why these are 4 inches. My strips are 4 inches, okay? So I want to use this graphic right there. So how would I go ahead and do that? Now, the other thing is, I'm just covering the pocket, right? I'm covering where you're gonna see that graphic. So at this point, I think what I'm gonna do is take my pencil and let's see, let's get this right on the edge. We're assuming it's there. I'm just gonna make a mark right here, or of course I could measure it. That would be smart, Diane, versus just kind of eyeballing it. And we just said it's 5. Duh, Diane. See, I don't bother stopping and thinking of things when I'm making stuff. I just make it. But as I'm making a video trying to explain to you all, it would help if I did that the correct way. So we know it's 5. So I'm going to draw that across there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. You see where my line is right now? I'm going to cut over here. And we happen to know that this is, what did I just say? 4½. So I am not going to cut this part down yet, because if you follow me, you know I'm always talking about, oh, I could cut this, and then I go to lay it on here, and it's not gonna be correct, which will just like freak me out. So what I'm gonna do is I like to put my glue down on what I'm gluing something to. So let's put that, and I'm gonna, whoops, this is almost gone. I'm gonna get another. Yep, that one's done. Okay, let me grab another one. Hopefully this has, yeah, this is a new one. Okay, so I love to use Pritt glue. You can buy this on Amazon. And the secret is don't just try and buy one, because you'll be saying, damn, that is so expensive. You buy like 10 of them, and so now you get it down to about $3, I think, $3 a stick, which is a really, really good price. Okay, so I've got my glue on there. And now it's all cold. Now I turn it over. This is the way Diane likes to do stuff. This just seems to work better for me. So let's start cutting from this direction. So I'm gonna cut. I'm sorry if I get out of camera. Let's see how far I went, right? Yeah, that's about just perfectly right. And I'll turn this over this way. And I will cut right there. I can always trim it back. Let's see, there we go. And I'm a little bit over, but that's actually okay, because that will actually reinforce the acetate, okay? So I like that, and that looks really good. And let's see, yes, look. See, I designed it for just like this. Now, I've got this over a little bit too far on the edge, so I'm going to trim it. Again, I would rather trim stuff than find out that it was wrong, and it was too short. And of course, look, I just cut into the pocket, so we'll just put that glue back down. That's okay. That'll work. So you're going to open it this way. So this is going to be the inside. Now, here's my other little secret that I do. I like to cut this long enough to go into my pocket a little bit. That way I don't see, I need to not move that. So I don't see the insides. Now, some envelopes are gorgeous. Now, I could use the exact same piece, right? I could just cut all the way up there. And actually that would work. Why don't we do that? So we're gonna cut, and every time I do it different. So I'm giving you what I'm doing today. There's my 4½. So let's go ahead and, whoops, let me measure the other way, because I'm not gonna grab my cutting machine. I'm just going to cut it by hand. Okay, that works. So we will do it, connect the dots, right? Old fashioned. There we go. Now let's trim that. Oops, got glue on there. I hope that you enjoyed these new products, and please give me comments. Tell me if there's a topic that you would like me to make one of these kits about. I would be more than happy to do that. I've got a big list, and I'm trying to get them all, you know, in my head and made. So we made it exactly the same width, and that would work like that, but then look what's going to happen. You're going to, well, no, actually it won't. It might be okay. Let me see. I'm going to like this. Actually, I'm okay with that. Usually I cut it a little bit narrower and stick it in there, but I think this is going to work. Yeah, and it's like nice extension of that. So I think that works. Okay, let's put the glue down. So let's go ahead. And we're going to glue all that. And I'm going to be trimming it, of course. Let me get back in camera. I'm going to go down just a little bit underneath there. So see how I can pull it up a little bit? And I can go right underneath there, which I think works nice. Okay. And then we know we need to trim this because you don't want to see that part right there. So I've got to make a mark on there, right? So I'm going to probably do it right there. Yes. And then on this side, you know, as I said, none of this is perfect. These are old envelopes that we're covering. So when you cut it a certain way and it works or it doesn't work, it's okay. Just have fun. You are collaging. That's basically what we're doing. We are collaging old envelopes. But Faith windows are about collaging junk mail envelopes into a Faith story, right? See, I cut that perfect. Oh, I'm happy right there, yes. Now, the other secret that I have, do you see how junk mail windows are rounded? Okay, there are some women that get into trimming that stuff. I do not do that. I just basically square it off, okay? So let's go back to where our fold was, so we know where the fold is, and I'm going to use my bone folder. So we've got, did I just do that correctly? Yeah, I did. Okay. Now I'm making this on the assumption that I'm not going to have anything on the back because I would be gluing this down. But you could actually make this as an insert into a pocket. So then you would put some more paper on the back, okay? But look how nice it is so far. I'm going to stop for a second and I am going to edge this so that we know where the edge is, right? Because I think it just looks a whole lot better. Plus, it helps, this inking helps cover the edges that, quote, are not perfect. And it draws your eye into the picture. That's the other thing about edging with a darker color, okay? It draws your eye inward, and that's what I want people to do. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Okay, so what are we gonna do next? Let's do our cover, because then I think we'll have some pieces left, because you just basically piece this together. So now let's pick, this is not going to be wide enough. Doesn't mean we can't use it, because we could always piece it. Look, what I could do is I could come down, right, to there, and then come all the way down there, my camera, and come all the way down to there, which would totally work. In fact, let's try it that way. This is just about, this is kind of like a puzzle, okay? Now, if I were to do this like that, like I just said, that part works. Then I have to figure out what parts. Now, don't forget, I've only used one sheet. And look, you still have these two left. So we can still pull parts out of this. So there is that piece over to there. Maybe we then take, I don't want to cut down into that. Maybe we take the extension of that and go all the way down, which would kind of be fun. Or let's use this one because it's got some fun things on it. Okay, let's think this through. Now, I really like all the stuff that I have on the cover of that. I think I like that better. And then we'll use this piece that we have left to maybe do the front pockets. I think that is just gorgeous. So let's do that. What is that going to look like? So we're gonna lay it more like this, right? We know it's going to be there. So let's just put it underneath for a second because we know it's gonna be on top. The other thing that I like to do at this step is I like to go, if you can see, I'm gonna go maybe 1/2 inch over, and then I'm gonna fold that over. It just makes this nice and firm. It just really helps, I think, work better. Let me move some of this stuff off my desk so I can get in camera. So let's do that. I like that it's gonna be a little bit over and it's gonna go to there. Okay, so if I mark this, right, and I mark this, then all we're gonna do is cut this part out. Now, of course, I haven't done it this way. Let's see, is that gonna work? I can make it work. I love that part. Okay, let's trim that piece. I think we've got some good lines drawn, and we'll see if Diane can cut straight, right? Okay. So I'll be anxious to hear your feedback on what topic you like, what topic you would want me to do. Feedback on, did I give you enough parts? What would you like extra? You know, I don't have this one cut totally straight right here. So let's trim that just a tad. There we go. And that is just so pretty. Okay, we're gonna glue that on there. Now, I better figure out this pocket before I go and glue it, shouldn't I? Yes, you know what? Look. Oh, I know what we'll do. Look, this will work. I think this will work. Again, I haven't made it this way, so you're watching me do something totally unique that I haven't done. I think if I do this, right, I think it's gonna go through, and hopefully it's gonna mark the paper. Let's see. No, it didn't. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? Because I do not wanna mess this up. I think that I am going to trim it to right here, and then I'll make the parts. I think that's gonna be much better for me. I'm gonna be happier with that. So I know it's down there. So let's trim it. Oh, here we go again, Diane. You keep forgetting that you can just see it through here. Okay, this is gonna be a long video because I did not do this all in advance like most of my videos. So hopefully you will be kind to me. And I may speed things up, but I know this part you need the directions. Okay. And again, we can collage it, right? We can just make it exactly the way we want it. Yes, there we go. See, that worked. So what I want to do is I want this just to be at the very end. You don't want this paper to be showing in there. And look how we matched it perfectly. Okay, so let's do this. Let's edge it before I glue it down. Okay, that part's good. Okay, now let's use our glue. Let's put that. Remember, I was going to go over the fold a little bit. So we're going to go right to there. And we're going to glue that right on there. Let's get right to the very edge. There we go. Okay. Yes, that looks really pretty. Okay, now we have this part. Now the easiest way to do this is to do it this way. Not trying to do it all in one piece and then come back up there and make sure you got it right. That doesn't work. I don't have success with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a mark, and I'm just going to trim that. I'm going to trim that piece. Now, can I see my mark? There it is. We're going to trim it straight down. And cool, the design is still there, right? And this way I made it fit on there perfectly. Yes, I am much happier. So this worked out. So this is a good. This is not a fail. This is it worked. The only thing is there's a little white corner right there, but I'm okay with that. Okay, let's take it and do this piece. Whoops, it goes this way, right? Yeah, let's do it that way. Then we look like we have one continual one continuous piece, and that's about right there. So we'll trim that. There we go. And there we go, yes. Okay. Working well, working well. Usually I have these all done. But today, now I'm just gonna make it with you. Okay, let's go back to where my fold is, which we know is right there. My glue is almost dry, so I'm okay. Let's go back and make sure we got it on the right fold line. So how are we gonna do that? We're gonna match it on the bottom, which is right there. Use the bone folder because the glue is still a little bit wet, right? There we go. There we go. Oh, this is so, so pretty. That's okay. I should have, see now here's something I already should have done. Oh, it's still loose, look. I should have done that before I put it down. I did that on the top, but I didn't do it on the bottom. Well, this glue works well. Let's see, do I have a little edge, a moment here? We can kind of get it on there. So yeah, do what I'm showing you. It would have been better if I edged it before I glued it, but it's okay. It's still okay. There we go. Oh, wow, that's so pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, look at that. So we used 1.5 pieces of paper. So we still have these two parts. Now, do you notice that this is wider than this one? Because that's, of course, the way the envelope is. So that's okay. So where's that one piece we have left? We've got this piece and the other piece. So let's see if we could get both of these on here, which I think we can. Okay, so don't forget, I was just gonna do this and I realized the wording, I was gonna do it upside down. Don't forget, when you open it, it's this direction. So let's do it that way. And I'm gonna do what I just said I forgot, right? Let's edge this entire piece before we glue anything. Move my stuff out of the way. Okay, now what I want to do is I don't want to see any white through here. I also don't want to see white that direction, and I think we did it well. So let's get our glue down. Let's put that piece right there. Okay. Turn it over and then we'll trim it. Wait till you see, I hope you watch to the end. I've got a whole other, never would have thought of version of using this kit. One of my design team members, Debbie, when I gave her the kit, I didn't give any instructions. I said, here's an envelope and make what you want to make. And wait till you see how she made this kit. And I would never have even thought about it. So I'm going to show you another version of this. Here we go. We're going to put that right on there. Remember what I just said. Make sure you edge it first, Diane. There we go. Okay, we're going to cover just that a touch. Let's make sure. Let's see, I don't want to, oops. Okay, I'm bending it, Diane. You don't want to bend it. I want to just go to the edge. There we go. Going to go to the edge of this corner just slightly and see if I got that straight. And we did. Yay, that works good. Okay, and now we'll trim this off. Now, how I envision people using this is for first-time junk journalers or first-time faith junk journalers. Using these little kits, they're simple and quick, and you can use an old envelope, right? And this could be your entry into faith journaling. Maybe this is where you start. I see that you could use this as a group Bible study. How fun would that be to print that for like if you have a small women's Bible study in your home? You could print the kit for each person and then each person could sit and make it. And while you're talking and making it, you would be reading the Bible verses. So if you were the leader, you could just talk about, let's read this verse. What does it mean? And that kind of stuff. So this can be strictly for you as your own Bible study. You could lead a small group with this. I just think it's just going to be so versatile in a tiny kit, but a tiny but powerful faith kit. Okay, so look, we've basically covered the entire thing. Here is our pocket. And the one tag has the main verse on it, the big tag, and it fits right in there. See how it goes right in there? So it's already done, so you don't even have to do anything, okay? Now, I've got all these other little pieces that you can add to here, which I think we're going to do. So I'm just going to show you a couple little things that I would say you could do. So first you have a tag that he's the shepherd, right? And I think you could put it just like that, right? You could put it on there. You could put it to the side so that somebody understands they were to lift this up. Okay, let's do that. I think I like that way. So you've got a little tab. I said a tag, I think. I meant a tab. So again, if you don't have a tab punch, you can use my already made ones, right? So we're going to put that on there. So now, what's cool is here, look, we're defining that he is the shepherd, right? Jesus is the shepherd. And then there's the main Bible verse. So what if I wanted to add, I am the good shepherd, John 10:11. Now, you could, I'm going to show you a couple things to do, okay? The reason you print this on vellum is because it ends up acting like a sticker, okay? It's kind of really cool, so you can make your own stickers. So let's say I like this, and what happens is, now, if you're using the matte clear sticker paper, you don't really see the lines, the edges of it, so it helps to cut it straight, Diane. That's what I'm kind of trying to do right now, is to make it straight. So I could put it on here, right? I could put it right there if I wanted to. I can put it on one of the tags. Now, because it's a small verse, I've given you a couple. Okay, where did they all just go? They went down. See, I could put this on this one, right? I am the good shepherd, which is fun. And how about, look, you could actually put this here, and you could use it as a little pocket, right? Yes, see all the things you can do with this? That's what I'm saying. Hopefully I'm giving you enough stuff. So how does this end up looking so great? Now, you can use the Prit, but somehow this art glitter glue works better. It dries clear. Yay. So you're just going to lay it on there. Now, it looks like, oh, yuck, Diane, you see the white. But before you know it, it will have disappeared. Okay, so you have this beautiful little tag. And I have a hole here that you can punch with a regular size punch. Now, you could just leave it like that if you want to, and maybe tie some fibers on there. And we could stick it in there, which I kind of like that Jesus. Okay, which other one we have? I think I gave you 3. Yeah, look. Okay, let me get this stuff up in front of me. Okay, so I gave you admit one. I gave you seek. You could use seek the same way, right? Look, you could use it as a little tag right there. You could use save, that Jesus saves. The blue and the blue. I kind of like the, oh, you could even use call, right? Okay, look, you could just tuck it like that. Lots of fun things you could do. Now, I have a video that I've shown you. Let me get my little bag. You can buy these reinforcers. You buy a whole pack. They have a couple hundred of them. And I have a little video on how I just sat there one day, and in 10 minutes you can make a ton of them. You just go ahead and put Distress ink on top and then stamp on it. So I'm going to put that reinforcer on that. Now, I did print this on cardstock. Remember I told you that. I got a little bit too much glue on there, don't I, Diane? Yes, I do. So there's a little bump. Let's smooth that out. There, the glue will just come out to the edge and we'll be all set. So that looks kind of fun. Look, we could just do it as a, right, a little tuck like that. I think I like that. Let's do that. Yeah. And I printed this on cardstock, so it's got some, you know, it's sturdy. Okay, so we're going to put just a little bit of glue on the edge. And I'm going to put it right here. And we're going to leave it like that as a little tuck spot for this. Now, I don't have any of my fibers here at my desk. Otherwise, I would be showing you that. So at the end of the video, I always show you a photo of what I've done. Okay, now, the other thing you can do is obviously, look, you can put all these other tags. You can put the verses and make this a whole little mini study about Jesus as the shepherd, right? Take all of these Bible verses and we're just going to put them on. Now, what you'll notice is I tried to size them so that when you cut them, that each one would fit. They would have a tag to put on. So I think I did a pretty good job. So let's cut that one out. Let's trim that down. Let's trim this. Okay, and that one would be ready to go on the taller one. See how nice that looks now? And then on the back, if you do this on the white cardstock, the matte photo paper cardstock, okay? And it's in the kit. Let's just try to Pritt glue. I want you to see the difference if it's the same, which it is. Now you have the back, you can write your notes. How about you go and look up this Bible verse? Do a commentary read on it. So you could spend like a whole week on this, right? Make your little kit and then go ahead and take the time. So this is a little mini devotional, a little mini Bible study, whatever you want to say it is, right? So then you have, oops, I didn't glue it all the way down. But see that the Pritt glue works just as well as the art glitter glue on these. And you don't even know. Doesn't that look like it got printed on there? So you could tuck that one in there. You could tuck in. The other thing that I thought was fun, and the reason I printed this, was I liked that there was two thoughts into Jesus as the shepherd and God as the shepherd. Two totally different thought processes and explanation in the Bible. So I printed that like that. So again, you could use this as a little Bible study, right? So now this, I would probably put like right on here. Is it going to be, hold on, let's move that there. Let's put that there. I'm sorry. And when I fold it over, you can kind of see it. So I'd have to have it up there. Let's see. Yep, that's covered. So now I have some more information about the Bible study there, right? So see how this is just such a wonderful piece of faith art? The name of it is Faith Windows. Now that might not really stay as I keep flipping it back and forth. So you could, do it any way you want, right? And then the other set of information that's on here, I think we could put right there. So isn't this a beautiful piece of faith art? It would be such a wonderful addition to an existing junk journal. Or maybe you're brand new and you're starting faith art journaling and you can start with this. This could be a standalone, as I said. Let's make sure that's not going to be shown through. And it isn't. So yes, look how good that is. So this gives me ideas on what does God say? What does his word say? Let's put that right there. Make sure I have it straight, Diane. There we go. Okay. So you've got your tab. Now, you could put things on here too, right? You could do seek. You could put that right there. Seek, right? Because didn't he go after the one? He left the 99 to go after the others, right? Okay, so I just wanted to show you how to make one. As I mentioned, if you want to use this to put into a journal, then you don't have to cover the back. But if you want to use it as a slip-in inside a larger journal, then you might want to cover this. And then you're going to have it open up, and then you're going to have all your tags in there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then you'll see the picture at the end of the video. But I wanted to show you a totally different out-of-the-box thinking of how to do this. So same exact kit, right? And look at this. This is my friend Debbie. She is such a talented faith artist. So she took, look what she did. She took one envelope, right, with the window, and she folded the whole thing in half. So she made this little mini journal. Look how cool. And she has so much packed in here. So instead of the way we're doing this vertically, right, she did this horizontally. So she used one of the tags and she put the verse on so that when you insert it, you would see the verse. But look, when you take it out, how beautiful is that? You see the other photo of Jesus and rescuing the shepherd. So she used the pockets on both ends of the envelope. Do you see how she did that? So she folded the envelope, but she cut open both of the ends because on the other end, she's got the other verse in here, the other tag in here, and she put seek on there. Then inside, when you open it up, look at this. She's so talented. So she took a piece of the, I think she actually used, I wasn't sitting there when she was making it, that one piece that I put in the kit that's like a, well, you could cut up any of the tags. But there was that one piece that was, anyway, I think what she did was she just took a piece of the paper and then she took one of the small tags and then she backed it with the Bible verse paper, right? So that somebody could actually journal on the back of here. I mean, look how cute that is. And then she took another envelope with a window and look, she folded it again the different way. So here we go again. Look. So look how many Bible verses she has in here. So she put save on here. She's got her paper on the back. And I moved this when it was still a little bit wet. But look, so inside of this one, she inserted one of the Bible verses that totally fit in there. And then you pull this down. And then she used the long tag that I stuck inside of mine on there. And look, she left another spot for another tag with another verse. Okay? Is she not like creative? So this is a whole separate little mini journal. This is something you could make and give to somebody. And I love that she left the backs of them with plenty of space for somebody to journal. So you could give this to them. You could print an extra copy of the first page in the kit because I talk about the benefits of doing this. I talk about the verses and then I give you some ideas, but you could hand this piece of paper to somebody with your little kit. So what a great way to be an evangelist, right? To share your faith. Make one of these, give this to the person like that. And here's a mini, like I said, a mini Bible lesson, right? Awesome. So hopefully you got a lot out of this. I'll make another video showing you the other kit, the Light of the World kit, because I'm going to make it a little bit different. And I'll show you the video when I finish that. I'll add the